to another episode of Wctv. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Brooklyn, and today we're going to be interviewing teachers and students about the West Catholic Ghost. Could you tell us about the nun ghost story?
So with an open mind, I've listened to these stories. I'm terrified of ghosts. But the former president, Mrs. Knievel, has told me the story of the former teacher who was a religious sister, and the sisters lived in a house on the back side of the property, which is no longer there. But the legend of the story is, the sister went to the principal's office to say she didn't feel well. Principal said, okay, go home. So she walked down the hallway from the old main office, down past the Adoration Chapel, past, theology classrooms and the child care and that whole thing. Goes out the building, goes back home, and passes away. And so this is the ghost that multiple people have said they have seen, including Mrs. Knievel. I have not seen her yet. But she has been seen down the hallway of the old offices and kind of in the corridor of those final steps she took. So we'll see.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
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 Have you ever had an encounter with a ghost?
I have here.
Have.
No.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
And then one night, the doors that we used to have in the classroom, we used to latch against the wall. And I had all of my stuff in the classroom. The door was latched against the wall, wide open. No one else was in the hallway. There was no wind gusts. No doors were open, letting a draft in. And the door just slammed shut as hard as it could with my keys and everything inside. So I had to find another coach that luckily had keys to let me back in. But it was very strange.
And Sunday night to print off the test. It was late at night, I want to say it was like 9 or 10 o'clock. School was obviously empty, there's a snowstorm going on. And I send the copies down, and I head down to go start them, and then I realized I forgot something in my room, so I decided to come back, but for some reason I took this hallway, and I never took this hallway before. As I was walking by about right here actually, I heard coming out of this door, the theater room, which was used much less back then, a clear as day scream. It was sounded like a little girl screaming at the top of her lungs, like in a panic. So I ran back to get my keys out of my room, and I ran back here and I unlocked the door and I went in there and there was nothing. And that was about the end of it. So ran back, got my copies, got my card, and I have never been back to this building at night since.
Sitting in my room late at night, then I heard knocking on my door. I walked out there, and no one was there. And I was with Henrik Dillon, and he was there too. You could ask him about it. It was scary.
I was at my cottage and I was sitting in my barn, and then the door shut, and I got really scared. And I heard some banging. Yeah.
Okay, I have found Henrik Dillon. Here he is.
So we were like in his room, and then some ghost started knocking on the door and slamming. We ran out there to see what it was, and there was nobody there.
I was not lying.
The boys' locker room is like an older part of the building, and I was down there one night, and my supervisor had me cleaning out the lockers, and I was cleaning lockers, and on a couple of lockers down, the lockers started slamming, closing on their own, and I was the only one in there, and I'm like, I'm out of here.
I am probably the freakiest I've ever seen at West Catholic. This ghost was at the end of the hallway, and I ran full speed at him, and I thought I'd tackle him, and I did. I got him. I tackled him to the ground, and I haven't seen him since, but it was probably the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. 4 years at West Catholic, so that's probably my ghost story, yeah.